Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Luna. Welcome to 10 Minute Topics by Social Soaring. This is a lovely new addition to our Social Soaring team, Miss Shelby Snyder.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Welcome to today's 10-minute topic. We're pretty much going to keep them kind of brief for you because topics can be so informationally jam-packed. So we want to make sure to keep it brief and short, but, talk to you a little bit about social media in 10 minutes. Everybody has 10 minutes to learn something new today. So today we just kind of want to talk about the differences between traditional marketing and social media marketing. So Shelby, what do you see as some of those? What's one of the biggest differences for you between traditional and social media marketing? How would you explain that?
So, one of the biggest differences that I see is that traditional marketing allows you to just talk to them rather than social media allows you to talk with them and interact with them and, take it to the next level other than just advertising.
No, that's a great point. I think that that's absolutely probably the fundamental difference, right? So on social media, you have the ability to message these big companies if you don't like what their billboard says, right? So some very traditional, normal marketing things would be TV commercials or
Billboards,
print
even
products, any kind of flyers, business cards,
brochures.
banners. You can even think about telemarketing, any kind of digital communication previously that would have been paid, but non social. And so much that by social media, we mean Facebook,
Instagram.
Pinterest, LinkedIn,
Yep.
Twitter. So all of your free platforms that you would use in your everyday life to communicate with people also offer businesses the same ability.
Hmm.
So at least to start up with, it's absolutely free. There's no other kind of marketing that's free, right? There's some type of an investment in traditional marketing that you have to make between the graphic design or
Traditional marketing is very expensive while social media is free and you can utilize it how often as you see fit for your company or for your personal use.
and with that being said, return rates can vary too. So you may see a larger return in traditional marketing, right? A lot of times in social media, you are talking to people, but you do gain much more brand awareness, I would
Hmm.
say, overall from social media marketing. It's also not that they are not both capable of being tracked. You can absolutely have the capabilities to track traditional marketing, right? How many postcards did I send out versus how many leads did I get? However, that's it's much more hands-on analytics, I would say, right? So with social media, it's all right there in front of your face and you can just hit insights.
Hmm.
And then you can literally see who's looking at your page. Men, women.
And you can also even target a specific audience, and there's certain tools that you can utilize on social media to specify, like if there's a group of people you're targeting, men, women, business women, businessmen, just things like that. You can even take that a little further and target even more specific of an audience if that's what you're going for.
So, I mean, definitely the analytics is different. Definitely just the way we communicate with people is different. So your response rates are so much more valid on social networking. You don't necessarily have to answer the phone every time when you're a large company that's doing traditional marketing, right? They don't expect someone at Google to answer. You're going to sit on hold. However, in social media world, you better answer that Facebook message because Facebook is timing you and it's going to turn around and it's going to show everybody how fast you respond to your customers. So those kinds of things are very important too. Like not just your personal analytics, but how you are viewed socially by your analytics as well. Um, so what would you do if you were a startup company and you needed to do some marketing? Where do you think you would start?
I would definitely start with Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn would be really beneficial because it can allow you to connect to other business people. But I mean, So
It's great for B2B. She's absolutely right. Anytime you're trying to be a business, reaching another business or gain employees,
Mhm.
right? Everybody needs employees to make the
Mhm.
world run. It's not that easy to gain quality people if you don't know them personally, right?
And at least if they've done LinkedIn, they take the time to put their information into LinkedIn and answered some questions and given you some basic information about the type of person they are and about the type of work that they do or how they work well or whatever they do
And to
well.
Shelby's point, you should be vetting your contractors on their own social media networks before you go ahead and hire any outside company to do work for your company, right? So look at their analytics, look at their website. How often have they been there? Are they posting? When's the last time they posted to Facebook? Was it July 1996 and then nothing since then? I don't even think it was like,
Yeah.
alive, but whatever. You get the point.
And then
Um,
how about testimonials? If they have one testimonial, that's probably not in your best interest.
Not a
You
very
want
reliable source, right? It could be
right.
their grandma. You don't
Yeah.
really know. But when you have 15, 20, now you look a little bit more like you are valid. You've been around, you've worked for people. And even if one review is terrible, I don't think that that's the end of the world. You just leave it up and bury it.
Mhm.
I think that everybody understands that no one can please everyone. And being very, if you get a bad review, respond to the review, see what you can do to fix it. This
Right.
is all very much so social and fixable. So that's another thing that's totally different, I think, is that you can edit your social media. You can't.
Exactly. You can't edit I mean, you can have marketing go out and there can be grammar mistakes, there could be picture mistakes. And once you've already sent those out to all those people,
It's done.
it's done. But at least on social media, if you notice something, you can edit it, you can delete it, you can repost it. You can use that to
And
your
for every
advantage.
social person out there that's like, oh, editing a post, doesn't that ding your reach? Absolutely. But would you rather it ding your reach or have 4,800 people see misinformation?
Hmm.
So I think it at least gives you back some control. And I personally appreciate that.
I do too. I definitely do because we all make mistakes. So, sometimes you're in a hurry and you don't look at it and it's something's on there that you don't want and you want to be able to fix it and to fix it as soon as possible. So,
And the same thing with getting just tying it back to where we were before about interacting with your customers. If you do get a bad review, respond to Miss Susan in Alabama and just be like, Susan, I'm so sorry that you were disappointed with our company. What is there? What can we do to fix it? And it gives you a second opportunity to make up to people. Even mistakes happen in business, mistakes happen in life. But I think social media gives you a great second opportunity.
mhm, I think so too. And it gives you a good platform and it allows all kinds of beneficial things to happen.
You can spark relationships and just networking on social
Mhm.
media. I mean, personally, you can't talk to other people inside of your industry just because you're using a marketing firm, because all you're doing is sending postcards. But on social media, you are engaging with your clients
Mhm.
at the same time as that you're engaging with other people. So it's almost like doing a double dip, and go ahead and be friends with every person that's done what you've done or are trying to do, because the truth is we can all learn something from everyone in our
Exactly.
lives
Yep. I agree.
if we listen hard enough, right?
And it's always good to educate yourself and to learn something that you don't know necessarily because all that's going to do is help you be more diversified and to learn more and become more educated and know things.
And we're not saying that you can't pay to advertise on social media. You can absolutely do that too. But we're just saying, if you were to use just the basic business pages for free implementation, how would that look and why is that different? So just one last point, because we're about to hit our 10-minute mark. The way we like to think about it is that social media is more like a home. And traditional marketing is just that, right? It's pushing things out consistently to a group of people. Whereas social media, because you are talking to humans, you can't ask them to do something every time, right?
And I've heard Jessica even reiterate that, you don't want to just pitch. You want to be able to give your followers about 80%
Mhm.
of something, that's useful and beneficial to them, and that can provide them with some sort of, tool to help them in their life, whether that be personal or business. And then, you don't want to just pitch. You want to do about 80%.
Where you're giving something to your
Right.
audience. It's so much more important that you are resourceful and that you are there for your community, and that you're a present force, than that you are making this a lead conversion. You will inevitably get leads from being present on social media, but that should not be your intention
Right.
going into it. So when we talk about the differences, we're talking about talking to an audience versus talking with an audience. And then we're talking about expenditure. And then last but not least, we're basically just talking about the types of things that you should be presenting, because you need to give value to your company.
Right.
So thanks so much for hanging out with us
Yes,
today on
it was
10-Minute
so
Topics.
nice.
We'll see you again next time.